Here we go. Two people. Hey, Indian Creek 8th grade students, it's Professor Blazek, and I'm here. It is Tuesday, May 19th. It is our penultimate class period of the school year. It's crazy to think that, this is really the last day that there's going to be any kind of assignments, anything new. Everything else is just kind of, you've got your checklist. Once everything is submitted, you are essentially done with 8th grade for the year. And, we've got opportunities coming up here tomorrow and Friday for you to actually get to go through your virtual promotion, and then you're ready to move on to summer. So it's just wild to think, on one hand, it seems like it's been so long coming. Especially since I think we're now into our either 9th or 10th week of shelter in place. On the other hand, it does seem like just yesterday that you all were gathered in the gym for the first time, and I was reading off the names for my homeroom class. So it is just wild to think, that we're finally here. We're right there on the doorstep, and why don't we jump in with our daily updates? So yesterday we had 41 out of 51 people who submitted the attendance form. We'll be talking about some of the responses in a minute. We're at 80%. We're still strong. We haven't had a big drop off, and I appreciate everybody who's been submitting their attendance form and keeping up with their journal every single day, because I do feel like having the opportunity to write your thoughts, give your responses, just gets your brain going, gets you to think about what's going on in your life, gives you maybe a little bit of a moment away from thinking about the current situation that we're in. And like I said, I just appreciate everyone who's been submitting those every single day. The other numbers have not changed, so still at 26 for the allegory chart, 35 for your chapter 10 response from Animal Farm, and 34 for your character slide. Now, if you are someone who has turned in all three of those things, then it's really just the Google form for today and Genius Hour, and then that's really it. That's all you have left. So very, very close. So then today's plan, very much similar to the last few days. We'll talk about the Google form that was assigned, your last journal prompt of the year. I'll be reminding you of the class motto and the protocol for promotion, just because that's coming up, and I just want to keep getting that word out there in case people haven't heard. We'll touch on the optional vocab quiz, which we did have 2 more people submit yesterday, which was great to see. And then it's Genius Hour, and then your Decades project for social studies. So that is our class plan. And why don't we talk a little bit about yesterday's journal highlights, which you were asked to write about what you will miss the most about ICMS. And I talked about how the 2 main speeches for promotion between the valedictorian and salutatorian, one does a looking back and then one does looking forward. And so this one, the journal prompt from yesterday, was in the same vein as looking back. So most common response, and again, this is one that really touched me and I really appreciated, was a lot of people wrote something about seeing the teachers every day, the teachers who supported them, who taught them so much, who were always cheerful, always getting to talk to them, all those sorts of things. And I just, as a teacher in the building, I very much appreciate that. I can tell you that all of your teachers are going to appreciate that, because we are very much going to miss you as well. And, we all want to help you learn as much as we can. But I think even more than the lessons that you might learn relating to language arts or math or science or social studies, you're going to remember the way that the people in the building made you feel coming to school every single day. And so if that means that you're going to walk out of Indian Creek Middle School looking back with a positive light and having good memories and thinking about how we made you feel happy and glad to be at school and excited to learn and ready to work hard and all those sorts of things. That to me, it means so much more than just you being able to analyze a piece of writing or give a presentation. Knowing that you genuinely enjoyed your time is something that we all hold very important. We had people write about the environment of the middle school in general, getting to see their peers. A couple people wrote about either their PE class or their Explore group, how much they enjoyed. People talked about missing the assemblies. There will still be some assemblies in high school, so don't worry. How laid back the schedule was. People are going to miss being the oldest ones in the school. Yes, unfortunately, you're kind of going from the top of the ladder back down, but just in 4 short years, you'll be back there at the top. All of the fun, the laughs, the jokes. A couple students wrote about the mornings in the hallway, just getting to say hi to the teachers, talk to their friends, those sorts of things, that kind of like chill time before we actually got into homeroom. People talked about missing dodgeball tournaments, the Cougars games, the soccer team, and especially being the co-ed soccer team. And then the basketball seasons, and another common one people talked about missing were the friendships. And obviously, that is something that I hope you're not going to miss moving forward, just because obviously for most of you, you'll get to have the same friends around in high school. And even if they're not going to be at the same school, that doesn't mean that the friendship has to go away. But I do understand the sense that, every day, every year, time moves forward and things might not be quite the same. Now, some of you might say, the situation that we're in now, I'm all right with it not being the same. I would agree. I'm hoping that these are the last 2 e-learning streams that I have to do ever in my career, outside of if we have like a snow day or something. But yeah, so those were, and these again, a lot of these were repeated. I didn't change the wording. So if you didn't put things exactly the way that I have them here on the slide, I'm still taking your answers into account. So thank you everyone who answered the form for yesterday. And that being said, we can jump into our form today. I see we already have 9 people who have responded. End of year plans, Animal Farm, Genius Hour, everything is the same. You've got your Animal Farm stuff. You have the 3 things to submit for that: allegory chart, chapter 10 response, character slide. Those things are all from, we're going on a week ago now. And then just please use your ELA time today and tomorrow. Finish up your Genius Hour project. Again, if you have any questions on that, want me to look anything over before you submit it, get it to me and I will be happy to review it for you. I had a couple people who reached out yesterday just looking for general feedback. I'm usually pretty good about checking my email every 15 minutes, half hour, it depends. And we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So please don't feel like it's too late to get that last check-in before you submit your final product. And then I mentioned that there is an optional vocab quiz. We're up to 13 people now who have taken it. Everyone's passed. It's going to be a really nice final addition to their grade. And there still is time. It's still running until Wednesday for anyone who would like to take it today. Paige asked, do we submit our Genius Hour today or tomorrow? It says by Wednesday. So if you're done now, for anyone who's finished and they feel like my final product, it's done, I've gotten it reviewed, everything looks good, I've looked at the rubric, it's ready to go, you can submit it today. And I'll be showing you where exactly to submit it just in case there are any questions about that. But you don't have to wait until tomorrow. If you are finished with it today and you just want to say, you know what, it's good, I'm done, then by all means submit it today. So yeah, and then, so like I said, vocab quiz, again, anybody who would like to take it, please do that. You can take more than one shot at it. So even if you don't start off the first time as well as you would like, you maybe miss 1 or 2 that you knew, you can go back and start over again. And so then that means that today our attendance response, last attendance response journal prompt of the year, we talked about yesterday's was in the same vein as looking back. That means today you are getting the opportunity to write about the other side looking forward. And so the question is, what are you most looking forward to about high school? I'm sure a lot of you have plans for the summer and everything like that, but in terms of actually coming back to school when you're in high school, what are you most looking forward to? So that is your journal prompt for today. Again, last journal prompt, attendance response for the year. Write about anything that you would like, and then turn it in and feel good about the number of journal prompts that you have done. I didn't keep a specific number count just because we were doing all of the journal slides when we were in school, and then some of these became more just like quick attendance responses, so I didn't have them on the slides. But I want to say we've done attendance responses almost every day out of the 40 e-learning days, and I believe that we were in the 40s or 50s of journal prompts when we stopped actually going into school. So I want to say we're in the ballpark of 90 to 100 journal prompts that you've completed this year. So, great job. That's a huge number. Just think about all the different topics, all the different things that you got to write about. And I think that's impressive, just the amount of writing and responses that you all have done. So thank you in advance for all of your answers to those tomorrow. All right, and so then we can transition into, here, I want to show you for Genius Hour, if you come into the stream for your Google Classroom, yesterday I sent out an assignment that says Genius Hour submit here. All I want you to do for that when you're done with your Genius Hour product, whatever that is, open it up, attach it, and then submit it, and then that's where you can turn in your Genius Hour. All right, so for anyone who wasn't sure where to turn in your Genius Hour, attach it to that assignment, and then you're all good. And I know I've had a handful of people who have already done that, so thank you to those of you, and thank you again in advance to everyone else who's going to be turning theirs in today and tomorrow. All right, so then now just to briefly review the plans for promotion. Again, here is the class motto response form. You all chose the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That will be on your promotion booklets that Mrs. Witzig is putting together. And then here is the letter that went out on the 14th. So I think based on that would have been on Thursday. Just letting you and your parents know the plans for promotion. I'm sorry. Oh, there it goes. It popped up. I was going to say, just again, a reminder that this is your opportunity, just in case the in-person promotion that's scheduled for July 28th isn't able to happen. This is an opportunity to still get to walk across the stage in your cap and gown, get your diploma. And then I would assume that the district is putting together some kind of virtual promotion video ceremony, just in case, again, the in-person one isn't able to go forward later this summer. So again, just some reminders for that. There are going to be 3 staff members in the building, plus you. Because it's a 10-person limit, that means that up to 6 family members can come in. Everybody needs to have a mask when they come in the building. You can take your mask off when you're up on stage walking and getting your diploma, getting your picture taken, but you'll need to have it on when you enter and exit the building. And then the times for this are 10 o'clock until 12:30, and then 1:30 until 3, both tomorrow and Friday. All right, so just talk with your family, try and carve out the time that you think would be best to get to go in and walk across the stage and get your diploma. And then again, if any of you are wanting to pick up your gown beforehand just to try and get some of the wrinkles out, because I can tell you they're going to be pretty wrinkly. It's pretty thin material. The folds stay, pretty consistent in it when you put it on. You can call Mrs. Witzig or Mr. Simpson in the office and make an arrangement in terms of going to pick that up. so you can have your gown ready to go either tomorrow or Friday. Okay. And then again, just in terms of dropping materials off, turning in Chromebooks, returning books, that will still be handled on the same schedule that was sent out earlier. All right. But yeah, again, any questions with that, send me an email, or if you want to call the office, they'll be able to help you out with any questions that you have. Those of you who are giving speeches or doing anything like that or receiving awards, you will be notified of the awards at a later time. And then the speeches, I still haven't heard anything. I don't know if you all have heard anything about when you're actually being expected to give those. But I will email and try and get a concrete answer just to pass those on. And I am going to be sending emails to those of you just to check in, see how your speeches are going as well. But yeah, otherwise, again, last Google form, last attendance response for today, Genius Hour, Decades Project. Get those things turned in, and you all are pretty much done with your work for 8th grade. Okay, I will be back. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow, just as kind of like a final goodbye. Just, the things I kind of want to leave you all with. It's like I would do in our regular classroom, and I'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But so there will still be a stream tomorrow at 10. So just so you know, if you want to let other people know, if you want to tune in. Obviously, if you can't make it at 10, I'll still have it up on my YouTube and send the link out to Google Classroom. All right. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. I hope that everyone's staying safe, staying happy, staying healthy. And we're right there at the finish line. So just finish up these last couple things, get those turned in, and be proud of yourselves of a job well done for your 8th grade year. All right. I will be back again tomorrow. Until then, this has been Professor Blazek,